Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul, joined by Jack Weinberger, and producer Zach Bloomquist is with us.
Oh, yeah. Rumor has it Zach did a great job on the NFC Win Total episode.
Zach was fantastic. I might say it was the best episode we ever had with producer Zach. And speaking, with Zach having a prominent speaking.
Say, wow, yeah, an episode I'm not at, only 30 minutes long, and it's the best one you've ever had.
It was 30 minutes of producer Zach reading out NFC win totals for teams, and it was the best he's ever done. In the comment section, people walking around the street here in New Jersey, people going, "Producer Zach, I didn't know he had that talent in his repertoire right there." But finally it broke through, and we'll see today, because today we're going to do the AFC win totals. It only seems fair. I know we normally are an NFC North podcast, but today, guys, I went and I spoke to a class virtually today. I was helping a student, Gabe, one of our, good friend Gabe of the podcast. Gabe was doing a presentation, and me and him did a little 10-minute show as his final project for his school year. So I zoomed into the class, and we spoke for a little bit. They asked some questions, and one of the students asked a great question. He said, "Do you find it hard to come up with off-season content, given that you're an NFL podcast? Free agency, you have the draft, but what do you do otherwise?" It's yep, that is a really good question, because today might be, one of the quietest NFL news days you could ever have to react to. We went on before we started. Puka Nacua sold over anti-Semitic remarks and bite. Seahawks to open on Wednesday due to Australia game. Joe Flacco, team's dumb for not signing me to start. So we don't have a lot to choose from here. So we got luckily we had the NFC win totals earlier this week, and we have Jack now as the Steeler fan, right? The resident Steeler fan, to do the AFC win totals. But again, if you're enjoying the content, we are so close to 30,000 subscribers, crawling there. If you can add a subscription, I know we have some subscribers who say can't subscribe any harder than we already have. We appreciate you for being here. Commenting that probably helps the algorithm too. So,
yeah, we really do appreciate it.
It's great.
It's the fans here that keep us going on these weeknights.
Later tonight, our opportunity, $3 million. We'll be cheering on Iowa, Arkansas. You could be seeing some big set designs here. In a couple weeks if we can pull this off.
I cannot wait. It's all I've been thinking about.
Darius Acuff, the guard from Arkansas, his brother liked the post that Jack put out.
I got my shirt on today just for good luck.
We got our hopes up here on the Paul Farrington Show. This could be a $3 million richer podcast in a couple weeks here. We just need a few things to break our way. But
just a few.
Or you guys can make us $3 million richer by commenting, and subscribing.
Yeah, that could work. That could work as well. Producer Zach, you feel like you got any magic left in you today?
Well, we're about to find out, aren't we?
All right,
Zach, you're also an AFC guy like me.
I am.
If you had a good NFC
be a little more
show.
juiced up for this one. I think this could be.
Yeah,
we're redefining expectations for you.
We got two AFC guys here.
All right, starting with the South. Are we, Paul?
Yeah, we'll start with the South.
We'll start with the South.
Ratundo's down south right now.
Yeah,
yes. We're going to start with the team that really their name doesn't really say what they are.
Oh no.
They're a lot smaller than what they really are. And we're talking about the Titans. The Tennessee Titans. This is an insane over-under of 6.5 wins.
Yeah, 6.5.
You think that soars under?
Right off the top, that just feels way too high for the Titans. The AFC South, just while we go forward with the South here, they play the NFC East and the AFC North next year. So you got your guys' division. I'm looking at Tennessee, and you bring in Robert Saleh, Brian Daboll's their new offensive coordinator, Cam Ward year 2. A bunch of expensive free agency additions this offseason. But you just run through the schedule, and again, you have that AFC North with the Eagles, the Cowboys along. 6.5 feels a little generous to me.
Well, it's probably expecting that Ward can be better.
Yeah.
Right? What did they win last year? 3 games? They were 3-14.
Yeah, last season they came in at 3-14.
I would assume they are thinking that Ward takes somewhat of a decent step and he's able to get them to 7 wins. That's the thought process behind it.
Do you remember we had probably the most famous reel we ever had as far as no, we had the Taylor Swift one. As far as interactions with an NFL
Titans
team.
Commented on it, yes.
Titans wide receiver or country singer. It's not that far off anymore.
We like the Titans. So we do.
Their receiving was Calvin Ridley, Wandale Robinson, and Alec. I can never say his name. Ailmanor, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I know. I can never pronounce his name. There's just not a lot there.
I mean,
Tony Pollard. So I'm going under with the Titans.
Yeah, I'm going to go under. I don't see him beating any team in the AFC North besides Cleveland.
Right, who we got next?
The next team we got, they're always ahead in the race, but always seem to break their leg when they're about to cross the finish line. And that would be the Indianapolis Colts at 8.5 wins.
Well, breaking your leg also sometimes means good luck. So it could be a bit contradicting right there.
Not in a horse race.
Not in a horse race. The big moves for them, right? They bring back Alec Pierce, and Daniel Jones is signed as he's recovering from his leg injury. There's a lot of holes on the defense in Indianapolis still. At 8.5 wins on the year, you just run through their schedule. I kind of look at it like this in the AFC South. I think that the Texans and the Jaguars, the Colts can probably steal one from. And you should be good to beat the Titans twice, right? So we're talking about 4 wins right there.
Yeah.
And you run through the rest of their schedule, and it's like Ravens at home, Bengals at home, Cowboys, Giants and Dolphins. I give them 2 wins there. You get to 5. And then you go on the road for Browns, Eagles, Steelers, Commanders, Chiefs, Vikings. I think you maybe get 3 wins. So I have an under for the Colts.
I mean, I'm going to take under as well because this loss of Michael Pittman is much bigger than
the Michael Pittman loss
than people think. We're about to see how good he really is over in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to go under for Indianapolis as well.
Yeah, they lose Kwity Paye, Samson Ebukam, Zaire Franklin, Nick Cross. A lot of losses to the defense, and they're hoping to add some they need to add some guys in the draft, get after the quarterback. I'm going to go under for the Colts. I don't think after a great resurgent year from Daniel Jones, I can see a little bit of a fallback.
And also, I mean, their total's 8.5, or was it 8.5, right? You said?
Yeah.
Last year they were 8-1 and finished.
Well, after the Jones injury, but 8-9. They were, they started the year, they had to have been 7-1 or something like that. And then Jones gets hurt, but you got him coming back from injury too. I don't know. I think it'll be a tough year. Who we got next, Zach?
The next team we have is, I don't really know what to say about them because they're either very high or they're very low. You never know what you're going to get out of them. And that would be the Texans at 9.5, which again, crazy over under, I think, for them.
Really? You think that's crazy?
Yeah.
Well, they've been over that number the last, 3 years now, right?
Won 12 games last season.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would go over that. I mean, if
Zach, you thought it was crazy in which way?
How high it is. I think they're going to regress.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Houston to barely get over it. I think they get to 10 wins this year. That defense is so good.
Winning with a defense like that, winning 12 games last year, assuming like you're able to take 2 from Tennessee, and
again, I think you can say 4 in your division right away.
Like
when you have teams like the Titans in the division, you get those 2 free or should be 2 free wins. Now,
Stroud has been questionable, but it's hard for me to go under for a team who's been in the playoffs, the divisional round for the last 3 years, who's gone over this number the last 3 years.
Isn't it amazing that they've been in the divisional round 3 straight years, and it's still, and you have guys like Zach who come out and say it's crazy that 9.5 is their win total. It has to be one of the bigger disappointments in football for any fan base over the past few years is the lack of development in CJ Stroud from where he was his rookie year. Because we were sitting back here. Remember, our show was at the time starting to do really well with Jordan Love. But the other fan base that was doing really well for us was the Texans. Because you saw CJ Stroud out of nowhere. That Texans team was supposed to be picking first overall. Suddenly they were a playoff team, and you're thinking, this is a team that can go, is going to go to the playoffs year in and year out, which they are, but compete for Super Bowls. And if you told any Texans fan that you would have the number 1 or 2 defense in the league for the next few seasons following that, I think all of them would have said, I think we might win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
And here you are now where the lack of development in Stroud and the injuries across the board at receiver, right? Not just to Nico Collins last year, but you had the Tank Dell injuries, Stephon Diggs when he was there got hurt, Joe Mixon. It's been really disappointing offensively.
Yeah, I mean, Stroud's best season was probably his rookie season.
Oh, not even close.
Not even a contest. And now your defense is balling out. It's very disappointing.
I think you can sign up for 10 wins for the Texans, but you can't sign up for anything more than maybe a first round playoff win.
I would agree.
And thank God we don't talk about the Titans anymore. Off the top of the show here, we're talking about the Titans. I'm like, oh my God. It's going to be a long show here. Texans is a little more interesting.
I don't know what you're saying. The Titans.
Yeah. It's a little more interesting when you're talking about the Texans. All right, we got the last but not least, Zach?
Last but not least, we got the team that is led by the Golden Locks himself.
Flowing hair.
You know, I had a dream about it the other day.
Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
Oh my God, we're just going to interrupt me on this one?
Oh, go. Sorry, Zach.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm on the edge of my seat about this dream, especially given recent conversations we've had with Jack. I don't know what this dream could be.
We even had our own talent, Mr. Paul Farrington, take a chip from him.
Yes.
And this team is the Jacksonville Jaguars at 9.5.
All right, what was this dream?
Well, I can't say I'll say it off here. I can't say it on air.
Yeah. Oh, God. He's a dreamy guy. I mean, the flow is real. When we saw it up close, it's an impressive flow.
It was weird.
The dream?
Yes. And it was weird it involved Trevor Lawrence. I don't know where it came from.
Oh, Lord.
It wasn't like a...
Okay, let's just keep moving on here.
Do you have a... I'll ask the question. Did you have a sex dream about Trevor Lawrence?
No, it wasn't that.
Okay. All right.
But I was...
All right, just checking. Checking. It seemed like we were going in that direction. Just had to clear it up. I'm sorry. I know it's a PG show.
It was this. I had made a deal with him. It was a Steelers Jaguars AFC Championship game. And I made some sort of strange deal with Trevor Lawrence that he won't play well if I wash his hair. So I was with Trevor Lawrence in a hotel room in Pittsburgh.
Okay, so I wasn't that far off.
And he was in the shower and I was turning away, but just washing his hair like this. Like, it was very, very weird.
All right.
And then
I'm not sure that can this go on there?
Then the Jaguars...
I don't know.
The Jaguars won the game anyway.
All right.
So then I woke up, I'm like, I guess what's the lesson? You can't really trust people, right? Was that the moral of the story?
I don't know. I don't know what the more. I don't know.
It was bizarre.
I don't know what to really think of that story. It sounds like you're just trying to cook the books.
9.5 wins.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the over here. I like the Jaguars. They probably get 10 or 11 this season. They're coming off a year where they were 13-4. Like 13-4 seasons. We talk about the Vikings a few years ago. Vikings won 14 games and 13 2 years before that. When you have 13, 14 win years, they don't come across very often. And go, Jay. It looks like you're begging to say.
No, I'm just saying I'm taking under.
You're really?
Yeah.
All right, because I was thinking with Jacksonville, you finally started to see Trevor. Trevor was top 5 MVP finisher last season. Defense was playing really well. You saw what they did to Denver towards the end of the season. They take Buffalo to the wire. They feel like one of those teams that is on the verge of really figuring out their identity here. And I love what Liam Cohen's done in year 1. So I'm going to go over year 2. I think they're actually going to win the AFC South again.
Yeah, I'm just going over because I can't look at them the same.
After that dream?
Yeah.
After that dream. All right, let's move on. What division we got next, producer Zach?
I don't know. Where would you like to go? To the east or the north?
Let's go east.
East?
Your division.
All right, my division.
It's the best division.
This team that we got, well, they better find a better pilots because they're not really flying anywhere. They're not even getting off the ground. The Jets have 5-5.
5.5 wins.
I just said 5-5. 5.5.
5.5 wins.
And the under.
Geno Smith now in command there.
I cannot take the Jets to win 6 games. Because I feel like they're going to be, every time I look at the lines on a Sunday, it's like, who are the Jets playing? I pick against them.
Well, the problem is, I went through these games and I looked at each team's schedule and I would run through the teams, right? And I just say, like, win, loss, whoever, and then every once in a while you ran into like 2 or 3 games that were kind of tough, and instead of individually predicting them, I'd go like, all right, I think this team wins 2 out of these 3 or loses, right? So you kind of group it together. I think every time I saw a team play the Jets or the Browns or the Raiders or the Titans, I just went win automatically. So these teams have to get a couple wins somewhere, and they play each other a lot. Like the Jets do play the Dolphins twice. They play the Raiders. They play the Browns. They play the Titans. They play the Cardinals. All these teams that are horrible are playing the Jets.
But I also think the Jets, every team the Jets should lose to will beat them.
Yes.
And
yes.
I don't think they're going to beat all of those teams you just listed. They'll lose a few of those games.
Yes. So even if they do beat the Dolphins at home, the Raiders at home, the Browns at home, they beat the Dolphins on the road, the Cardinals, and the Titans.
That's
They have to win all 6 of them to go over the spread here. Assuming they lose every other game, which is against a somewhat decent team.
Which I think is going to be the case.
So I'm with you on the under.
Yeah, I
because
go
I
under
think
as well.
I don't think they'll go 6-0 in those games. Their attention is fully on 2027 to me, and it should be. The Jets have the second most cap space for 2027 right now. They have all these draft picks over the next 2 years. I think they have 5 first-round draft picks. So if you're a Jets fan, it's been brutal for a long time. I mean, our buddy Andrew, he doesn't even want to watch it.
He said he doesn't even care anymore.
He doesn't care anymore.
He doesn't care.
Andrew will care next season when they have the number 1, 2, 3 pick, whatever it is. A lot of quarterbacks in 2027 draft class, a lot of cap space for the Jets. That's when you try and pull off one of these Patriots, what the Raiders are trying to do moves now, where you get an elite young quarterback and you pair them with an extravagant free agency spending.
The Jets want Arch Manning and Mike Tomlin.
Maybe CJ Carr?
That's what I'm hearing.
Could CJ Carr go number 1?
CJ, he could.
He could, with a good year.
Yeah, CJ Carr and Mike Tomlin.
Co-favorite for Heisman. It's weird. When you talk about NFL draft prospects for 2027, it seems like everyone's all over Arch. But tied with him for the Heisman odds are CJ Carr. Or is CJ
I actually might rather have CJ Carr.
He's great. CJ, I just saw him. He's hoping to install more Rams-oriented offense to Notre Dame this year. They were watching a lot of what Stafford did, and he said, I want to start doing this stuff. Notre Dame could be a special year. But I got under for the Jets. Look forward to 2027.
All right. To our next team that has forgotten how to swim.
They ever learn how?
And they're probably not swimming very far if they remember how to. And that would be the Green Bay Dolphins at 4-5.
Yeah, the Green Bay Dolphins. John Eric Sullivan, Jeff Hafley comes in, Malik Willis. You really did pull an unbelievable amount from the Packers here. They're 4.5.
Do they still have Tyreek Hill on the team?
No.
Nope.
He's gone.
Waddle's gone.
When you go through...
Yeah, no, I knew Waddle was gone. I don't even know who's there and who's not.
The major additions and the major losses. Major additions. Malik Willis, Josh Uche. I always forget his name too. Jalen Tolbert. The losses. Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle, Bradley Chubb.
Oh, they got Tolbert though? Over. Yeah, over.
It's setting up Malik. They're setting Malik Willis up to dramatically fail this year. You got to feel a little bit bad for what Malik has with him.
4.5 does seem actually pretty high for the.
But you can't go much lower.
No, that's the thing. I'm going to go over because I cannot go under. Like you can have a miserable year and go 5-12.
They're complete. They're depleted. They're depleted.
Like they could beat the Jets twice. There's a world
they could. Well, and then you need Malik Willis to come in there and be something.
3 more.
Right now, your weapons are Jalen Tolbert, Tutu Atwell, Greg Dulcich, Malik Washington. Those are your starters.
I mean, they're also
Zach. Do you hear your starting receivers? Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, Tutu Atwell, and Greg
You're preaching to
Dulcich.
the choir.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of it.
You just can't take the over.
Yeah, but 4.5 is so
It's so low. Jack, Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, and Tutu Atwell are your 3 receivers.
Do you know how many times, and this will sound contradicting based on what you said about the Jets, but where it's the NFL and you can be a huge dog and just somehow win on a Sunday? Remember when the Jets were plus 21 against the Rams and they won?
Well, that's because it's the Jets, and that's because it took them out of contention for the number 1 overall.
But I feel like there could be some random game where Dolphins are
Trevor Lawrence would be a Jacksonville Jaguar, or would be a New York Jet if that game didn't happen.
Game, they're 24-point dogs late in the season. They somehow win. It's like, what the hell?
Well, let's see. 4.5 was the win total. Who was under 4.5 last year? The Jets were 3-14. The Titans were 3-14. The Raiders were 3-14. You can see the Dolphins replicating one of their seasons, can't you?
Abysmal teams.
They had a bad team. I mean, the Dolphins have...
Yeah, but wouldn't you take Malik as your QB of any one of those guys?
I
Wouldn't you
do
take
agree
Malik
with you.
as over who that was
Cam
Shador
Ward.
and Cam Ward and
Shador, Cam Ward, and then
Geno Smith.
who was the Jets QB last year? It was like Cook or Price. What was his name?
yeah, Brady Cook.
Brady
Is that
Cook. Brady Cook. Yeah, it's like
Like I think Malik can take you to 5-12.
I don't know if he can with this roster. The defense is horrible. I mean, they just don't have anyone. They have $60 million and they're signing guys just to fill them. Like they have filler players on the Miami Dolphins right now. And again, we're not trying to make fun of people, right? It's just like that's what the Dolphins are doing right now.
If they win 4 games and then tie, would that be a push? Is that 4.5?
No, I think it's 4 wins. Over under 4 wins. Win total.
You wouldn't count tie as like half a win, half a loss?
No. I think it's straight up wins. So I'm gonna go under for the Dolphins.
I think I'm gonna go over. I think I'm gonna go over.
It makes every game thrilling if you're over 4.5.
I mean,
at least until week 14
when they're 1 and
when you're literally
13.
out of space. So I'm gonna go under. Just too big of losses for I still can't believe the Trevor Lawrence thing. That was just one of the wildest things I think we've ever heard on the show.
All right, moving on.
It's true. It's weird. I woke up. It was weird. I was like, why did I have that dream? It was weird.
Yeah, sometimes you can't explain dreams.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I tried to Google things. I'm like, I couldn't even find anything.
Am I?
All right, then here
I was
we
in
go.
the deep depths of Google.
All right, moving on. Moving on. This team has Superman himself on it, but his kryptonite is the Super Bowl. Can't seem to ever make it. Maybe it's the AFC. Would you call it the AFC Championship? I guess is a kryptonite.
I think I like Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Plays a little better.
Yeah.
A little more.
Super Bowl is his kryptonite, and that would be the Bills at 10.5 wins.
Okay, so 10.5 here. This is our first. Is this our first double-digit spread?
Yeah, it's a high
Yes.
number.
10.5 is a lot, but you do have 4 automatic wins in the Jets and the Dolphins.
I think honestly this year they might have 6.
You're starting at 4. I'm gonna say you're at 5 in the division, and for New England, we'll do the same thing, right? New England will also be 5 wins when we get there. But if you start at 5 wins, you only need 6 more. So you tell me, Jack. Tell me win-loss here for Buffalo as I run through this. At home, Chiefs, Chargers, Bears, Lions, Ravens. How many of those do you think they can win? At home, Chiefs,
Chargers, Bears,
Lions, Ravens. Those 5.
I mean, that's a tough 5-game stretch, but being in Buffalo with Josh Allen, I'd pick them in 3.
3 of them, right? So that gets you to 8 wins. And then on the road, we've got it's a tough schedule. You're going to beat the Raiders, right? That gets you to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the Broncos, Packers, Vikings. You're going to get that 10. Or is that an iffy one?
I'll have them beat the Vikings.
Oh, I thought you would. So Broncos, Packers, Texans, and Rams. You need 1 win there. Should be able to get 1.
Yeah, I mean, with Buffalo is I'm not comfortable at all picking any sort of under with them in the regular season because I pick them on most Sundays with Josh Allen to win.
Yeah.
Like we're going to go through our game picks in the future down the
They
road.
had 12 wins last year.
And I'm going to pick Buffalo 90% of the time.
They had 12 wins, and for a handful of last year, people are going like, what's wrong with the Bills? That's part of the luxury that you have when you have a guy like Josh Allen is you can have moments where it's, oh man, season's collapsing. Then you blink your eyes, you have 12 wins.
I don't think Josh Allen does any worse than 11-6.
They retain Connor McGovern. It's a big move for them on the offensive line. They still need some help up front. But DJ Moore comes in now. Zach, your guy, DJ Moore.
The DJ.
Reunited with Joe Brady back from the Carolina days. And also Bradley Chubb comes over. A lot of Zach guys going over to the Bills this offseason. I don't know if you still believe in the motor of Bradley Chubb and DJ Moore the way it used to be, but if they can tap into that fountain of youth for 1 year. I mean, DJ Moore's 28, 29 years old, so he's not dying here, but
again, we're not talking about Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl, which really seemed to
talking about regular season, 11 wins.
Regular season,
and I think
Buffalo.
you take that.
Yes.
All right, so we got the over on Buffalo. One more team to go, Zach.
One more team. This one's going to be my thing of saying it because I want to say it. We're talking about the cupcake team that did not deserve to make it to the Super Bowl team. Had the easiest schedule, would have been destroyed by the Broncos if Bo Nix didn't break his ankle. And that's the Pats at 9.5.
Yeah, I'm going under.
I'm also going to go under.
I think this is the most disappointing team of 2026.
Disappointing in the sense that
now everybody thinks they'll be like the division champs again and win 12 games, and they won't.
Here's what I'm worried about. Because I've been on them regressing big time in 2026 for months.
They're not that
For
good.
months. I'm worried that as the schedules come out and more shows do these win totals, that everyone's going to be on New England under. And that's going to be their hot take. Oh, 9.5 wins. Surely they'll be over 10, right? Surely they'll get to 10 wins. And everyone's going to look at it and go, well, they had the easiest schedule ever last season. I think they probably come back down to earth. 9 wins. I'm going under. My bold take. So I'm worried that everyone's going to be doing this.
And they'll go over.
And then they'll go over, right? And everyone looks like an idiot. But as far as I know right now, I haven't heard really anyone doing the win total shows. Too many.
And we're the first.
Maybe. I'm going to go under as well. But part of the problem is you give them those 5 wins that we're giving them right now, and you just need 5 more to get there. But it is a brutal, their road schedule: Chicago, Detroit, Kansas City, the Chargers, the Jags, and the Seahawks.
And like they didn't
outside of division.
They didn't play any of those guys last year. They hosted the Chargers.
No,
right?
This year it was, and I mean, look, they won in the playoffs, right? They beat the Chargers in the playoffs this year, and they crushed the bad teams they played. So they have a great opportunity to go out here and prove people wrong. I don't think this is a bad Patriots team, but I do think it's one that surely benefited. And I feel like people have to be able to acknowledge that if you have a bad schedule and take advantage of it, it's okay to expect regression when you play better teams. No one's making fun of New England. No one's saying they didn't deserve to go to the Super Bowl last year. You beat the teams in front of you. You should go to the Super Bowl, right? Like, unfortunately, Bo Nix got hurt. They beat Jared Stidham. But now when you turn around and you have a first place schedule and the NFC or AFC East is playing the AFC West and NFC North, probably the 2 toughest divisions you could play in each conference, getting to 10 wins is a lot harder. So yeah, I'm under on New England as well.
And they'll probably go over. They'll probably go like 12-5 and they'll go over.
Do you think Drake May next year, when we're talking about his season at the end of the year, is he a bona fide top 10 QB in football?
I mean, I'd be surprised. It's hard to back. Well, I think it's hard to back that and bet on him to be, when I feel like this year is kind of, you got that bit of that target on your back and you're playing a much harder schedule. And this is, schmoes like me sitting behind a mic saying these kinds of things. Drake May's going to wash that all off season. It'll be a chip on his shoulder as motivation. So
he just lost the Super Bowl.
So is there a world I see him carving it up? I do. But I'm still not sold yet on Drake May. And this schedule this upcoming year is not what the Pats had last year. So it's hard to be only in your 3rd year now and be an MVP level player back-to-back seasons. I'm expecting some sort of regression.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, maybe proves me wrong.
Well, Romeo Dobbs does too, as the
he could prove me wrong. He could prove me wrong. Maybe.
All right, so we got under on New England, just barely. I think it's 9 wins.
Yeah.
Where does that take us, producer Zach?
Takes it to the north.
All right. Oh, your division, Jack.
King of the North. And we're going to start with the team that is really relying on this one player to actually be a part of the team. And that would be Jack's own Steelers.
There we go.
At 7.5.
Well,
division champs, defending division champs.
I'm going to go over because, this whole Mike Tomlin narrative, right? How he always goes 9-8 for what was that, like 19 years?
Yeah, 20 years.
20 years, the Steelers were above 500. So we don't know yet, right? That it wasn't just a Pittsburgh Steelers thing. Everyone's saying Mike Tomlin thing, but until the Pittsburgh Steelers as a team.
Well, you've been under 500 before.
Not in the last 20 years.
Oh, no, I mean, but the Steelers in there.
So
the Steelers existed before Mike Tomlin.
Oh, I know. But like this might just be the new Pittsburgh Steeler thing. We are unaware until we see how McCarthy does. So you can't pick a Steelers under 7.5 if they haven't gone under that number in 20 years. So I'm thinking Rodgers comes back, got Michael Pittman. They find their way to winning over 8 games again. So I'm going to go over 7.5.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy, I think, is a generally underrated coach as well. Like, Super Bowl champion in Green Bay. I mean, you stack Mike McCarthy's resume next to Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, right? 2 guys who were on the coaching carousel or who were let go, right, this offseason, and are immediately at the top of every single sports show about, your team should go after this coach. If he's available, go after him. Mike McCarthy also won a Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy also had a lot of winning seasons, went to a lot of championship games, right? Kind of failed in the playoffs like a lot of these guys did, like Harbaugh and Tomlin did. So I like Mike McCarthy a lot. I know that this whole Aaron Rodgers waiting game, people get sick of it. I don't really care. Like we're assuming Aaron Rodgers is going to play. If he doesn't, that sucks for the Steelers, and we have to completely reevaluate the
I'm
7.5.
assuming he'll play too, but
assuming Aaron Rodgers is back in 2026, which I think is a safe assumption, I actually love this over.
Oh, they could even go 8 and 9.
I really like the over for the Steelers.
I thought it was like 9.5. I don't know, 7.5.
It still doesn't change my opinion, though, Jack, that Rodgers coming back doesn't do anything for me in the long run. If I were a Steeler fan, I would, and this is a crazy thing to root for, but if I were a Steeler fan, I would rather Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back and we suck next year. If I were a Steeler fan, I would want to be the worst team in football in 2026. And it doesn't sit well with you. And
I can't buy
the
it.
other problem the Steelers have is that the defense and just the culture, right? It's not worst team in the league material. So you're probably sitting there going, all right, why don't we roll the dice with Rodgers and see what we have? You're not going to win the Super Bowl. You will not win the Super Bowl if Aaron Rodgers comes back. And if he doesn't come back, you have a chance to be really, really bad.
We got Michael Pittman.
And if you're really bad, then you have an option to go after one of the top quarterbacks in a loaded quarterback class. What's going to happen, and we'll clip this in next year, in 2027, Rodgers will come back. The Steelers are going to go 9-8. Maybe they make the playoffs. They probably don't in a year where Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, everyone's going to be back. And you're going to be picking like 17th in the draft. We're going to be talking about the Steelers, whether or not they'll trade up for one of these quarterbacks. That's what's going to happen.
You don't think Rodgers, DK, and Pittman?
No, I think if you make the playoffs, you're going to play the Texans in the first round again. You'll lose 45-0. That's just what they do.
No, not with Michael Pittman.
Pittman's a good receiver.
Our offense is better with Michael Pittman.
It is better with Michael Pittman. It is.
And,
all right, yeah, 45-7.
And we're going to draft
45-7.
We're going to wait till we draft our 6-0 lineman.
But as far as this show goes and the win totals, all over the over if Aaron Rodgers is there, because we know they will win 8 or 9. They'll win 9 games.
I like the over too.
You have to do it now though before Rodgers comes back. Once Rodgers comes back, I can see it going up again.
It'll go up a game.
Maybe one game. But if you could get the Steelers for 8 wins, I mean, like they will at least win 3 division games. They'll split with those teams.
Yeah, I mean,
or maybe sweep the Browns.
That's probably my favorite play so far is the Steelers over.
Yeah, me too. That's my favorite one that we've gotten to. So I love the over. Who's next, producer Zach?
All right, the next one, probably the most hated team by 2 of the members on this podcast. 2.
Yep.
And probably
they're your most hated team?
The most overrated team ever.
I guess we'll go overrated. Maybe. But probably most hated sounding on this team.
You hate them, Zach?
I don't know. Yeah. At this point.
They're your most hated team.
Yeah, probably at this point.
Have you ever heard him?
Zach is as anti this team. I've known that.
I didn't know he hated them though.
And their fan base hates this podcast because we never say anything good about them.
Their fan base sucks.
And that would be the Ravens at a whopping 11.5.
That's the biggest we've seen, right?
Yeah, that's going under.
That is the biggest that we've seen.
I preached this Ravens nonsense on a couple episodes ago, how we have to stop with them. With this, like every single year, it's the same freaking thing. And last year, they win 8 games and don't even make the playoffs. So
they were 8 and 9 last year.
No, I'm not picking them in 12 games. That's lunacy. They'll lose the game to the Bengals, lose the game to the Steelers. So they're not going 12-5. It's the most overrated team of all time. Maybe 10-7 tops. But Baltimore's winning 12 games. Give me a break. Under.
I think I'd take the over.
It's just a broken record.
I think I'd take the over.
Paul,
look.
Well, I'm a Raven lover.
You're a Raven lover.
I'm a Raven lover.
We can also clip the last 3 years of this, and you're like, yep, Ravens over again.
Oh, I mean, 2 years ago, weren't they in the? Didn't Lamar? 3 years ago they were the 1 seed in the AFC Championship game. Wait, 3 years ago they were the 1 seed in the AFC Championship game. 2 years ago they lost to Buffalo in the divisional round, and then last year they had the year from hell.
Yes, this team does nothing. Like every year we're like, it's got to be Baltimore. And it's literally just another Buffalo. They're like a slightly better Steelers. Like we'll go to the wild card round and lose, they'll go to the next round. It's like the same
or the conference championship.
Like it's the same thing. So I don't understand. You can have Pittsburgh at 7.5 and Baltimore at 4 games more. That sounds.
But you're talking about.
So
you are talking about one of the best regular season quarterbacks in the history of football, Lamar Jackson. That's what you do have to remember that. And Lamar this year, you have to imagine he's coming out with a chip.
I'm
on the
done with
shoulder.
him too.
I know you're done with him, but if there was a year to think Lamar Jackson might have a chip on his shoulder, right? You're a guy who's won 2 MVPs, probably should have been 3. You've been to conference championship games before. One of the most successful quarterbacks, right, in the history of the league, outside of Super Bowls. If there was a reason to have a chip on your shoulder for regular season statistics, it would be coming off an 8 and 9 year.
Well,
where everyone says that it was, you got your coach fired essentially, and Baltimore, he's going to need a new contract soon here. But I think Lamar's going to come out with a little fire next season.
Well, what happened? I mean, he won 8 games last year, and Burrow wasn't even healthy.
Oh, it was horrible year. That's why he has
the
the chip on his shoulder.
Now you get Joe Burrow back. That's a guaranteed. That's 1 loss. 12 wins is a fantastic season for a team who won 8 games last year.
Well, let me ask you.
There can be a chip on the shoulder. They can go 11-6.
Can you say 3-3 in the North, or 4-2, 3-3 or 4-2?
You gotta say 3-3.
You know the North great, and I know a lot of people are listening. That's probably going, "How are you possibly giving the Browns?" Like the Browns find ways.
Yeah, Browns could be the Ravens.
The Browns could do. Let's just say 3-3. It could get up to 4-2. Your other home games: Jacksonville, Tennessee, New Orleans, Tampa, and the Chargers. I mean,
well, Baltimore's random losses in there somewhere. They'll do it every year.
Well, let's give them 4, right? Could you give them 4? There's 7 or 8 wins, depending on what you give them in the division. You're 7 or 8.
I'll give them 4 wins there.
Atlanta, they'll beat. Let's say that gets them to 9. Carolina gets them to 10. At Houston, loss.
Okay, but last year at this time,
at the Colts, 11.
We're saying Patriots win. Like this could be. What if Atlanta starts 11-1? We're like, oh, Atlanta.
If you want to put your chips in Atlanta 11-1, you go ahead. I'm just saying, if I'm going through and I'm thinking, all right, how am I going to bet this? I know 12 is a lot of games.
We were going through last year.
I think they'll beat the Falcons. I think they'll beat the Panthers.
We were going through last year and gave everybody against the Patriots a win.
We did. And no, there
are teams out there that we think stink in March who are going to be good.
There are also teams out there that we think are really good that are going to be bad.
That's not often the case. The case is more
Baltimore last year, Cincinnati last year, Kansas City last year.
Burrow went down,
but there are injuries happen. That's the whole point of it.
The cases are higher where we think they're going to stink and they are good.
I don't know.
So it's easy to go and say, "Oh, Carolina win." Who knows in 6 months?
But CJ Stroud goes down. That's the Texans might be the best example. The Texans are the bad example.
Stroud gets hurt. I'll pick the Ravens. Yeah, if Stroud is hurt and Mahomes gets hurt, and then I'll pick Baltimore.
I think regardless of injuries, you can look at the Ravens' schedule and get to 11 or 12 wins, and then it's just a couple coin flip games. I think they're going to be really good. I'll go over 12.
I think they stink. I'm going under.
All right, or 11.5. All right, Zach, who we got next?
This team is either absolutely freezing cold, or they're the hottest team.
Trevor Lawrence.
Stop. Or they're the hottest team in football. That will be your Bengals at 9-5.
That's also an under. I swear, I'm not trying to sound like a biased Steelers fan.
Steelers are going 14-3, and the Ravens and the Bengals suck.
I didn't say that, but also it's just funny. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence how the two teams in the NFL who are just so glazed every year are these two teams.
Well, Kansas City.
Well, it's Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Kansas City.
And the Chargers, are they glazed?
Not like the Ravens and the Bengals. Like every year we go into the season talking about Cincinnati and These teams don't do anything.
Cincinnati's even more so.
Cincy has not done anything. Was Cincy's last division championship when they went to the Super Bowl?
The Bengals record the past few years. So they were 12-4 in 2022. That's when they lost the conference championship. Remember,
right, they won the AFC North.
Yeah. Then 2023 9-8, 2024 9-8, 2025 6-11.
So,
and a lot of Burrow injuries.
Yeah, but also now your defense is even worse than it was last season.
No Trey Hendrickson. Yeah,
I'm not.
I mean, they made a couple moves on defense. They got Mafe.
I think Joe Burrow's fed up with his team. I'm going under. I think Bengals go 9-8 tops. Again, it's the two most overrated teams in football.
But again, your division plays the AFC South and NFC South. That is one thing. Now, if you were playing the AFC West and the NFC North, right? The way that who was playing the AFC West and the AFC North? The East, right? I think. Yeah, the tough division. That makes it a little harder for the Patriots. You can see a world where when you're playing the two Souths, you have Joe Burrow on your team.
The Steelers are 7.5 playing the two Souths.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a lot.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, especially when you're doing these shows so early out, as you said, before you know which teams are going to be the surprise risers and fallers, you just look at the South and you go, okay, like the NFC South is horrible.
I would
the Bengals should win all of those games.
No, I would take the Bengals over 9.5. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm saying because I did say in the show recently that I think if Burrow was healthy all of last year, they would have won the division. So I'm going to go over. I'm still going Baltimore under though.
Yeah, and until 11.5 is a lot of wins there.
I would take Cincy at 10-7.
When Burrow's playing, you have to expect them to run through both the Souths. They have a third place schedule, so the other teams are playing are the Commanders, who we don't know too much about.
I could back
the Dolphins
over 9. Yes,
like this feels like another. I mean, I like a lot of the bets that you can have.
I actually think Cincy's better than Baltimore.
Now there is one bad third place. The third place game for the Bengals is actually the Chiefs in the AFC West, which the AFC West are just going to get good teams across the board, but it's a tough game for them. All right, so we got over there. I'm over all the AFC North right now. The Browns.
What?
Sorry, I was spoiled them, but
there's
crazy. One team left.
All right. Well, the Dark Cloud franchise can't seem to figure out any quarterback to ever work there. What else negative could we say about them?
Factory of sadness.
That's their
brand.
Yeah. There's just no hope there. Is it cold there? Probably cold.
Cleveland? Yeah.
Cleveland's cold. Nothing fun.
Oh, Cleveland's
They got the
landmarks.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. I've heard Cleveland. I know some people who like Cleveland.
I've never been to Cleveland, so I can't. But I've heard things about Cleveland.
Guardians games look fun.
They do.
And LeBron. Like I mean, I don't think people in Cleveland.
Is Matt Rife from Cleveland, Ohio?
I have no idea. Matt Rife. You're a big Matt Rife guy.
Yeah, do you know?
So do you sit down? Can I ask him a question?
Yeah,
real quick?
go ahead.
Zach, are you a big sit in your bed watch a comedy show guy?
Yeah.
Do you have any recs?
I mean, mine's probably way too political, but I'm a big Kill Tony fan.
Oh, okay. Kill Tony, Matt Rife, those guys.
Matt Rife, Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, I like. Well, Shane Gillis obviously is a big ND guy.
I didn't know that.
Do you remember after the national championship, he apparently looked at his manager and said, "Can we book a tour next year and donate everything to the football team?"
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, after we lost to Ohio State and their $20 million defense. That's what this show will
they
become.
should.
Eventually, hopefully we get some big deal here. It'll just be, can we just donate every single penny to the Notre Dame football team? That'll be a discussion we'll have to have at some other point in time. But all right, I'm sorry.
The Browns are 6.5.
Oh, I thought it'd be like 4.5.
I'll be lying if I told you guys in getting ready for this show. It took me a minute to remember who the starting quarterback and new coach were.
Well, Shador.
Well, no. But I was like, surely they made a move in free agency. I was trying to rack my brain. I was like,
shoot.
Well, I guess it's Shador, and then they bring in Todd Monken, which is a questionable hire. It's hard to get too excited outside of Myles Garrett about the Browns right now. They're another team. Again, I just really think if you think your team is bad, just suck this year. That's what you want. The Browns are used to it, but you need to be the best at sucking. And unfortunately, you have teams like the Jets and Browns who are really damn good at it, but just for some reason can't always be the worst when it matters. And that's why they can't get these elite quarterback prospects. When is the last time the Jets picked number 1 overall? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I'm assuming Myles Garrett.
When was Sam Darnold too? When did they pick Sam Darnold?
He was 3, right? Because there's Baker 1, and then Saquon went 2nd.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When did the Jets pick first?
So
when did the Jets pick first overall? Last.
Was that when they chose Zach Wilson?
No, he was number
was
2. He
two.
was behind Trevor Lawrence.
He was
That's when they
two.
lost to the Rams. So the Jets we can't remember. The Browns chose first in the Myles Garrett draft, and amazingly, that was the Patrick Mahomes draft. But you have to remember, when we were gearing up for that draft, there was no Mitch Trubisky went second to the Bears.
I mean, Myles Garrett, you can't. That's a fantastic.
No. You can't.
But
you can't. No, Myles Garrett was.
But it is
as
just
good a pick as you
funny
could get.
to see Mahomes there at what?
But
10.
It's hysterical.
Yeah,
Mahomes was there, but also he wasn't. Wasn't nearly as highly touted prospect as some of these other quarterbacks have come out. But it's just funny between the two teams. They're so bad all the time. And whenever there's a blue chip quarterback prospect, they're just like the second or third worst. And they can't ever get over the hump of having that quarterback. And, that'll happen this year. So you have to, if you're a fan of, who are some of the teams? The Cardinals, right? We said the Dolphins maybe are looking to suck this year. If the Steelers don't bring Rodgers back, you want to suck this year? You're like, all right, at least the Jets and Browns we don't have to worry about because they'll find some way to blow this year.
I was hoping you were going to say like 4.5 because I was going to go over, but 6.5 I'll be under because they will beat the Steelers in Cleveland.
Yep,
they will beat the Bengals.
They'll beat one of the Ravens or the Bengals.
Yeah, like we
don't know who.
They'll win a few of those games in the North.
So you got 2 division wins, right?
So if you were going to say 4.5 and be like, you know what, yeah, they'll go 5-12, winning games we're not expecting to win, but 6.5 is way too high. I can't say 7 and 10. I'm going to go on.
If you give them 2 division wins, what's curious about the Browns,
the Souths do suck. Like playing against
I know.
Like the Panthers and the Saints and
when their other games are against last place teams, right? So you have the Giants in there, you have the Titans in there. Well, the Titans are South, and you have the Jets.
And Cleveland's defense is probably better than a lot of other teams.
So you think about the Browns, you go, all right, at the Jets, at the Titans, at the Giants, maybe. We'll see what happens with the Saints, and then a Shuck can make a move, but there's 4 games that you could potentially win. You host the Raiders, you host the Panthers, you host the Falcons. Like, there are games here. Like, there's a world the Browns could get to 7. I just think the offense and the quarterback play won't be good enough to get them there. So I'm going to go under 2. But this is what's so unfortunate for Cleveland fans is you will be good enough again to, you just got to hope that this is a deep enough class that you still could get a guy you really like.
Like they'll probably be better. They'll be better than the Jets, better than the Dolphins.
Think about like what it's kind of, the Vikings are one of these teams. We're not always bad, but like when it counts, when we really need to be bad, we just can't be. There was a 6 quarterback draft. We picked 11th. Right? 6 QBs went in the first round. Caleb's been awesome. Drake May just went to the Super Bowl. Jane Daniels went to the NFC Championship game. Bo Nix went to the NFC Championship game. And we got the 6th guy. Oh, maybe that's just what happened. So the Browns are going to wind up being like the Falcons or Vikings, and they're just going to get the guy that it just goes on forever. It's perpetual misery. It's brutal. All right.
And
one division left.
Last place we're going to the West.
The Ravens.
Oh, we just keep doing this, aren't we? We're just going to keep doing this.
And
you know what the Raiders are going to keep doing? They're going to keep losing. Because they should not even call themselves the Raiders. I don't know maybe the givers, because they're going to be giving away free wins.
A Raider's like a rob, right? That means you take.
Yeah,
like a pirate.
Yeah, they're like pirates almost.
Yeah,
but we're going to call them givers because they're going to be giving away free wins this year again, at a whole 5.5 win total.
So I'm actually a massive fan of Fernando Mendoza. As the quarterback whisperer himself, who knows, who pans out, who doesn't. For the most part, I think Fernando Mendoza is a winner. Like this guy, this guy can't really see losing a whole. I love this guy, and I just think having him in Las Vegas is also just hysterical.
Perfect guy to have in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Fernando, you want to go to the casino? No, I think I'll stay home and pray. Fernando, we going to strip club? You coming? No, I'm going to stay home and study the playbook.
Yeah, but like he's
exactly what you need.
He's going to be good. Now the AFC West is tough, but I could.
Yeah, it might be 0-6.
Yes, that's the problem. Like, he'll be 0-6. But if you can get one at home from the Chargers or Denver, maybe, in a game they don't score well, I like Mendoza enough, assuming he starts relatively early. I don't know. Assuming he starts relatively early, I would say over 5.5.
They play the AFC East.
Look at the Jets, the Dolphins. Like, I think
Potential wins.
Mendoza wins those games.
The NFC West, you got the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's 3. Then your filler games in here. You got, who do you have here? Your filler games. 49ers, not good.
No.
Browns, you can win that.
Could win that.
It's just a 4 on the table. Saints,
Yeah.
could win that. It's on the road. That's gonna that'll be tough on the road.
Yeah.
Maybe you give them 5. And now you just got to pick one off.
But I mean, it's been a long week. These kids are getting to me. I'm tired. I think that, like, last year, I know college is whatever in the pros. I'll be the first to preach that, obviously, but I picked against Mendoza like pretty much all season last year. I'm gonna go. He's gonna lose in Penn State. Tough game to play. They're favorites. Oh, there's no way they beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. I mean, there's no way they're beating. I mean, Bama's gonna beat them. Bama's an 8-point dog. They'll beat them. Who else?
There's one team that could have beat them last year, and they were left out of the playoff. But there was one team.
I also would have picked you, and you would have lost. Because Mendoza was amazing and just beat these teams. Yeah. So I promised myself I won't pick against this kid
ever again.
Yeah. So I think he'll be generational.
Generational.
So I'm going to go with the Raiders over 5.5. I think he's awesome.
Yeah, I actually wrote the under, but I've talked myself into the over, and I've also talked pretty positively about the Raiders and the ability, right, to have these big turnarounds when you have the number 1 pick and a good offseason. Now, there are additions, right? N'Kobe Dean, Quay Walker. There are some guys that you're hoping to get more out of, even than that you saw in the past of their old teams, but they were big free agent signings for the Raiders just to stabilize. Linderbaum, right? Great signing up front. And then you kind of add Max Crosby back into the fold here. So do I think that, they're going to immediately turn around, go to the playoffs or compete for a playoff spot? No. Do I think they'll be good enough to flirt with the 6-win total? Yes. And if they're able to flirt with the 6-win total, I'll have a little fun and go over with you too. All right, so we got over on the Raiders. Who we got next, producer Zach? We won't spoil this one.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. This team has been on probably the highest highs of any team over the couple of years, but this team aged very quickly, and now we don't really know where they stand. And I think this is a very good win total for them. And that would be the Chiefs at 10.5 wins.
Well, you must hate this.
Yeah, under. I'm anti-Chiefs.
Oh, and pro-Chief.
Yeah. But I think the Chiefs are done.
What?
I think it's over.
The Chiefs had...
Where'd they go last year?
Yeah, well, last year was
6.
Last year was a nightmare.
Like, I think it's over for that. I think they're done.
Last year, the Chiefs had 6 wins.
Like, I think of AFC now. I think of like it's Broncos, Steelers.
Yeah, all right.
Like I think Bills.
Well, that's a little more reasonable.
No, I think like Broncos. There's like a new regime.
Well, if Bo Nix and maybe Aaron Rodgers are at the top of your regime, then it's going to be.
But like, I think AFC, I think Denver, I think Buffalo.
No, you don't.
I do.
You think Lamar, you think Mahomes, you think Allen.
Like, I think Burrow, so I think Cincinnati.
You think the same as everyone else. You just won't publicly say.
I think Kansas City is done. Kansas City, to me, is finished. I think they're old, hurt, and tired, and like under 10.5.
They're another team.
I've been anti-Chiefs for 2 years at this point.
When they come out to start next year, and obviously, right, Mahomes is coming off the ACL injury, so we saw him throwing today. That's the key thing. If he doesn't come back from this well, then the Chiefs are in a lot of trouble, not just next year, moving forward. Assuming, as with most ACL injuries lately, that Patrick Mahomes comes back okay. The Chiefs are like, what's going to be fun about the AFC is Lamar and Burrow and Mahomes, all these great quarterbacks, they do have something to prove right now. Because people like you are coming out and saying that they stink
And
and that there's a new order in the
There's
AFC.
nothing for Mahomes to prove.
Oh, when you're one of these,
He's the best QB of all time already.
there's nothing more to no.
Or he's talked
There's
about. He's talked about it like he is.
This year. What do you mean? I think you exactly have. I think you can prove exactly the point that you're making.
Patrick Mahomes is like 21 years old, and he's like, and it's like, oh, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. There's nothing more to prove for this guy.
Well, he's proved that he can go win a Super Bowl this year when guys like you are saying they're done. But Patrick Mahomes is what, 31, 30 years old? Tom Brady was winning Super Bowls in his 40s.
Look, Mahomes is not Brady.
Well, exactly. There you go. That's what you have to prove. Patrick Mahomes is on the GOAT trajectory chase, and to get there, he's going to have to win more Super Bowls. To get there, he's going to have to continue this Chiefs dynasty beyond what we've seen already, which is, as you said, amazing. So, he's one of the best resumes in the history of football.
You know what it takes out of you, though, to just go into the league? Go into
no, I have no idea.
Go into the league and just win all the time for your first 7 years. And then we expect it to just be like a thing for the next 20.
Well, no, you don't. You think they're done.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then, but it's you can't. It is so hard to
Most
keep doing that.
Can't.
Tom Brady's bionic. He wasn't I don't think he was a human being.
Patrick Mahomes is playing this on repeat.
Mahomes is a human being.
He's waking up every morning, probably a picture of you on his mirror. He's playing this audio over and over and over again. And then Jack has the audacity to come out and say, how can you possibly find the motivation?
I hope he sees this.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I mean, these guys, there's an element to the comeback, and there's almost a last dance feel. It's like, when will it be the last dance? You don't know with this group.
If the last dance is over. They're so old, shot, tired. I mean,
I do have some concerns with, they trade away McDuffie. They lose Watson as well to the Rams. There's some shakeup in the secondary that they're going to need to get over. But I think Mahomes is going to come back with a point to prove. And 10.5. Yeah, there's a world. There is a world where it starts to crumble. I'm not going to be the one to bet on it.
I'm not taking them to win 5 extra games they did last year. So I'm going under again.
One fun fact I didn't know, their offense last year had the lowest explosive run rate in the past 25 seasons. So they had Kenneth Walker, who had the third most explosive runs last year. Should be a nice jolt. But all right, I got over, you got under. We got 2 teams left here, Zach. Who are we going with first?
All right. This team that we are going with, well, they don't really strike very hard. Like you would think a lightning bolt would, right?
A very proper fear for someone to have is lightning.
Lightning, right?
Bolts from the sky coming in.
If I had
unpredicted locations.
If I had this bolt coming at me, I wouldn't be too afraid of them after the last couple of years. But hey, they got a new coordinator. They got a new coach. They got my guy. So we'll see what he could do with Herbert. We're going with the Chargers at 9.5 wins.
The Chargers they're the worst team in the NFL. But I don't mean the crappiest. I mean I've been a gambling man for years. I mean, you bring up any team in any sport, I have a gambling story on them. The Chargers, I don't think I have ever won one bet on the LA Chargers. And this is just that perfect number too.
9.5.
If you take the over, they're going to go under. If you take the under, they'll be over. That's just the Chargers. But they made the playoffs last year. I think now they're the best or second best team in that AFC West. Justin Herbert. They're also a regular season merchant type team. So I'd probably go over. I'd probably go 10-7 on the Chargers.
I think a lot of people are going to pick this year as the year they break through with Harbaugh and Herbert now another year under their belt, right? I'm going to go under though. And this is a schedule thing to me. When I look through their schedule, yes, you have the AFC East and you have the NFC West, so you get the free wins with the Jets and the Dolphins and the Cardinals. It's a gauntlet. The Chargers have a very difficult schedule, and if we do expect the return of teams like the Chiefs, like the Ravens, we expect the Bills to be good again. I have a hard time seeing them getting to 10 wins. And it's not I hate the Chargers thing. It's just I don't think there's enough skill position there. I mean, I like McConkey. I'm trying to remember. Right? Am I forgetting? I guess I like They have Hampton, right?
They got Keenan Allen.
Najee,
Back there.
Keenan Allen's back. Who's the other? I'm forgetting a receiver, aren't I? Chargers. Is there someone? Why do I feel like I'm forgetting a receiver?
McConkey.
Let's see. Hold on.
It's really just Ladd and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, Ladd and
I
Keenan
don't know.
Allen.
I guess I was thinking of Keenan Allen coming back. Well, you're getting Alton Slater back, so they're getting the tackles that they desperately need. Those guys. I mean, they're a very talented team. I just think it's a tough schedule. I think they come in around 9 wins.
The Chargers are a team where it's like, and this happens every season. I'll be baited into it this year again. Is like they're playing a big game at home in LA against a good team. I'm like, you know what? Like Chargers are small dogs at home. They're going to win this game.
It was like when Philly went in there and beat them by 40 points.
And they get blown out. Then the next week, I'll take the Chargers. Like they'll be on the road. I'm like, all right, the Chargers aren't that good. They could lose this game.
And you know what? This all makes sense now. Because you probably bet the Steelers to beat the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. And you went in there and got your ass kicked.
No, not in LA.
You didn't bet
We
that?
were on the road in LA. Not in bet that.
Oh, okay.
The Chargers were favored in that game. I'm talking like the Chargers versus a legitimate good team.
But you bet the Patriots to beat them, right? I mean, that felt like a gimme.
Yes, I did.
That felt like a gimme.
But
there are some gimmies with the Chargers.
But like there are times the Chargers will go on the road to some team and I'll fade them and it's like
totally unpredictable.
Herbert has like 370 yards.
Yes,
So
totally unpredictable.
I hate this team.
It's a hard team to bet, but I'm going to go under. So that leaves one more.
The last team, they were on their high horses last year. And then it all came crumbling down with
Over.
one injury. And that would be the Broncos at 9.5.
It's really funny how
this team's amazing.
As we're looking through the different teams, I have the additions and subtractions, like the major ones for each team. Just all these teams have added the best Dolphins players. Like everything from the Dolphins have been completely stripped for parts.
Yes, sir.
Like, you know, I'm looking at Mike McDaniel over to the Chargers, Bradley Chubb over to the Bills, and Jalen Waddle now here at with the Broncos. Every single team, it's like, oh wow, that guy was pretty good, and he was a Dolphin. He's no longer on the Dolphins, so I'm feeling good about that under 4.5. But you said you love this team. You love the over.
Yeah, I love the over. I mean, division champs, number 1 seed.
You're gonna laugh when I tell you what I come down to with this.
But you add, so you sweep the Chiefs, finish what? 6 games better than them, and now the Chiefs win total is 2 more than you. It makes no sense. You just got better. Like you added Jalen Waddle to an already very solid team.
Number 2 defense in the NFL.
A great defense. Bo Nix is hopefully healthy again. And your win total is below the Chiefs, who you won 6 more games than last year. Explain how that makes sense. So I'm going way over on Denver.
You're a funny guy, Jack. You really are a funny guy, because we were sitting here a couple years ago. The Vikings go on this unbelievable season. They win so many games by 1 score, like 11-0 one-score games. And you're sitting here, you're like, yeah, this team's going to suck. Like they're losing the playoffs. So they're going to get blown out. They lose to the Giants. You're right. Then we're sitting here last season, the Chiefs 15-1, right? 16-1. And every week I put them number 1 in the power rankings. You're like, you kidding me, Paul? This team won 1-score game. Every single week it's a 1-score game. They get so damn lucky every single week. They're going to lose eventually. That one, you actually stand pat on that take all the way to the Super Bowl, which I think makes it a bad take. But in the Super Bowl, you picked the Eagles to beat them.
They got blown out.
You claim victory on the entire season.
Yeah,
Even though they went to the Super Bowl, you claim victory on that.
That Chiefs team was literally just the last year's Patriots. That's literally what they were.
The Patriots last season, right? Beat up on bad teams. You're like, schedule merchants. The Broncos last season win 11 games by 1 score. 11. And here we are in the offseason. You go, love this team.
All right,
Bo Nix is where I'm planting my flag.
Hold on.
Played harder teams.
The Vikings, they had a decent schedule, the Broncos, if I'm not incorrect.
They beat the Titans by 8, the Eagles by 4, the Jets by 2, the Giants by 1, the Texans by 3. Not sure if Stroud played in that game. The Raiders by 3.
That was on the road.
The Raiders by 3. The Chiefs by 3, who you think suck. The Commanders by 1 in overtime without Jaden Daniels. The Raiders by 7.
NFC runner-up.
The Raiders by 7. The Packers by 8. Nice win there at home.
I mean,
the Chiefs by 7 without Patrick Mahomes. And that was your season.
So there's some good wins in there.
Well, a couple good wins, but I mean, we're talking the Giants, the Jets, the Raiders.
All right, that Vikings team was 11-0. Like, who played quarterback for
It
them?
was Kirk Cousins.
Okay. You had like nursing home Kirk.
So Bo Nix is where you're planting the
You
flag.
had nursing home Kirk.
And the Chiefs had Mahomes.
Chiefs,
you said the best quarterback ever.
Chiefs, you had way past his prime Mahomes.
Okay.
Now, Denver, you have what? Second year, third year Bo, 26 years old.
You're saying?
With the best defense in the league.
The defense, Chiefs had a great defense.
This Broncos team is so much better than that Vikings and now their Chiefs team. What?
Even you think this is ridiculous.
No, I don't. I would take current Bo over that Kirk and that Mahomes.
Well,
Yes, sir.
well, here's the thing. I'm actually not getting on you for the prediction because I think 9.5 is a solid number for the Broncos.
They're going way over.
I'm more of getting on you for the process here. But what I think you'll find funny.
Bo's better than those other quarterbacks.
Stop.
Yeah, Mahomes is past his prime. Mahomes is not as good as Bo Nix.
We're going to clip this, and I can't wait for Patrick Mahomes to see it because he's going to cash in everyone's overbets.
I can't wait for Bo Nix.
I hate the Broncos. As long as Sean Payton's
I love
there,
the
I hate
Broncos. A good coach, that means nothing. But I mean,
here's what I'll tell you about the Broncos that I think you'll find funny. I ran through their schedule. Again, all these teams I predicted game by game, and I was sitting there on 9 wins. And I looked at the last game I had to predict at the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I went,
we're going to win that game.
I'll give them the over. So I got the over on Denver.
We're gonna somehow win.
10 wins.
That's a game we win.
I feel like this was a good job, Zach. Would you say going through the over unders here? We weren't over on everybody. I feel like we had a pretty nice spread.
Yeah, I think so.
Across the board.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that was solid right there. All right, hopefully people enjoyed that. I know we didn't talk about our usual teams, but it's good to
mix it up.
Yeah, it's nice to mix it up a little bit. So,
lose the Steelers. I see it right there.
No, I say slightly over 10 if they lose the Steelers. It's a 9. I mean, I could go under if you want.
We'll probably win that. It'll be like 10-6 Steelers. I mean,
Bo Nix.
That does
third year, 26-year-old.
But doesn't that reak of like
that reeks of
like a 10-9 Steelers win?
Yes, it does. It honestly does. That's the problem. But you see, you just need Rodgers to stay home, so you lose that game. That's one of those games where Rodgers goes home, you'll lose it. Arch Manning, CJ Carr will be walking in 2027, and you'll be predicting them to go to the Super Bowl. But they won't. So, all right, we'll wrap it up there. Again, appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week with, we'll see what news. Well, you know what? We'll do some draft stuff. It's time to get into the draft. We need to because we're running out of ideas. So, see you soon.